Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new, fresh episode of WrestleSlam, brought to you by Manscaped. Who's the best men's below the waist groominger?
Manscaped.
Yeah, it's Manscaped. Now, Phil got his goodies. Phil,
I did.
You got your goodies, right? So, how did you get on? How was your?
I just say it's really, really nice. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Just the whole thing, we couldn't have been looked after more. It's an amazing deal.
It is.
And of course, you get 20% off if you use our WrestleSlam code.
When you say it was nice, now was it nice? It gave you a nice shave, or nice because it vibrates?
It's a nice feeling.
Life changing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like the thing is, like I would never ever use it, but it's something that's become more and more in today's society. So it's just great to kind of do something. It's nice.
Yeah, no, it is. And obviously,
I give that.
It's precision engineer tools for your family jewels.
So I'm going to be using the beard and getting rid of down at the other side. And keep
Don't use it on your beard and your balls at the same time, though.
There you go.
Give it a good clean first.
Yet again, 4 million people worldwide using that. 4 million people worldwide. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also the weed whacker as well is something else.
Oh, I love it. You know what I mean? I was never one to. I used to always get back into a hairdresser's, and you get the Turk. My friend, do you want me to do your eyebrows and your nose? And I always said no. And one fucking time, a fella done it to me. Without even asking. You know the way you're getting a head massage, and then you're kind of relaxing. He tried to shave the eyebrows and the nose hairs. I never went back there anyway. So as you say, guys, we do have that code. WrestleSlam. It's on all our links, so do check it out. Manscaped, proudly behind, WrestleSlam, and we're honored. You know what I mean? There's so many packages. The performance package 4.0 Manscaped has arrived, and oh man, it's a game changer. Inside the package, you'll find the lawnmower. So Phil mentioned that, the trimmer, the weed whacker, ear and nose, hair trimmer, crop preserver, ball deodorant, which was incredible. I wanted to go dancing after I put that ball deodorant on, to be honest.
Smells amazing.
It is.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the boxer shorts were a beautiful touch. Nice and tight. I felt like an absolute beast. I felt like Bolt in the Olympics. I felt really tight. The ball bag was well secured. No wobbling about, like, just nice and solid. So Manscaped, right behind WrestleSlam. Do check out the promo code WrestleSlam. 20% off, free delivery, the whole shebang. So, guys, we're going to go into the WrestleSlam show. First of all, the Undertaker, Hall of Fame. We knew it was coming. And happy birthday to Tim the Don Cronin. Now, Tim has told us he's coming back next week. We always take that with a pinch of salt because Tim is a busy man. But look, Tim is going to be very upset he's not going there. First of all, George, the Undertaker Hall of Fame. People are just saying there should only be one inductee, and it should be the Undertaker. The whole thing should just be the Undertaker. What's your take on it? It's obviously well deserved.
100%. Definitely should be just him this year. There's no need for anybody else to go in. It's going to be on straight after SmackDown that night. I feel sorry for Rampage if they're on after SmackDown that night because nobody's going to watch it. Undertaker headlined. Nobody else needs to be in it. An hour-long fucking episode of the Hall of Fame or whatever they want to call it, just dedicated to the Undertaker. Have the send-off that he never got in front of the fucking stupid Thunderdome shit or whatever it was called. That was pathetic. That should never have happened. Like, that whole episode was just a waste of his career. Like, so this needs to be him getting that proper send-off, having everybody out there giving, there should be more than one person inducting him. Like, Vince McMahon overall should be the person to induct him, but Kane, Mankind, Mick Foley.
They should each get their own moments. Yeah.
They all should come out and talk about him. Like, but best gimmick, character, whatever you want to say, best, some of the best WrestleMania matches ever in his later career. Surprisingly, some of his earlier WrestleMania matches, nobody really
matches seemed to get better as they went on.
They did. They got better and better and better. Don't mention the Roman match, like, but all his matches with Shawn and Triple H, that whole side. It was just crazy that he was so good at that age.
You mentioned Rampage and All Elite Wrestling. Like, it would not fucking surprise me one bit if they actually decided to not air that day because of mutual respect. Like, that's
they aired at 7:00 Eastern time on Friday this week. So maybe they'll do during that weekend. There's no point going on after SmackDown with that happening.
Yeah, like that's just mutual respect, I think Tony Khan and the roster will, they'll all respect the Taker. I think he's that kind of guy that's shown absolute loyalty throughout the years there. Phil, I know you're happy, obviously, with Taker being inducted. Do you think it should be Vince, or do you think it should be a variety of, maybe they all take a little part in it?
Same as Jarrett, it just should be him, and it should be broken up like every 10-15 minutes, a new guy. You Vince, Keane, like all those kind of legends. Even Kurt Angle, there's loads of them.
Godfather as well, he should be there.
Yeah, they're good buddies. Lizzie, it was great news. We were honoured to see the Taker being inducted. He used to scare the shit out of me in the early 90s. I remember the time, he really banjacks Hulk Hogan on the chair. Ric Flair had him vomit. I remember having the VHS. I remember crying, thinking that Hulk Hogan was no longer with us and stuff. But look, it's great. He's deserved his stripes, and obviously it's a big thing. Are you actually gutted you're not going to be there? Because like the Taker, Hall of Fame, that's something that's a lot of people want to witness.
Oh, would have loved him to be there, to be honest with you. At the Mania where he left his hat and his boots in the ring, I did, my heart kind of sank a bit. And I know now, like, as the matches went on, it was kind of more the legacy and it was more the theatrics of the whole thing and the more historical side of it. But my heart hit my boots when I saw that. I was just couldn't believe what I was seeing. So gutted that it wouldn't be there, but it's the right thing to happen in Texas. It's the only thing for any legend that should be happening in Texas. I should leave it at that. And to be honest, I think it would be really, really cool if AEW came out and were the bigger person and said, we won't be showing Rampage tonight because we'll be watching too. I think that would be really cool if they'd done that, because it would show a massive amount of respect they'd have. I think it'd be cool if they'd done that, and totally they should have the Hall of Fame weekend just for him. But I think they might now. I know they're saying it's going to be on directly after SmackDown. God help those people sitting that long, but because Hall of Fame is as long as, a wet weekend on its own. So, but I think it would be cool if they do the Hall of Fame, if they gave him something on his own on one of the days of the weekend, because I don't think they'll have him as the only inductee, because they've already said he's the first. But if he said he was the only one, they probably would have sold a lot more tickets for SmackDown, to be honest, because people would be like, he's the only inductee. They would have sold out in seconds, So yeah, excited to see.
I'd fly over there just for that. I wouldn't even go to WrestleMania just to see that.
Yeah, I'd be
it goes back to that. Ric Flair's always said his own wing. So
only your own dad.
Yay.
I'll whack your weed.
I love it. Matt.
They're domestic lads, sorry.
I love it. Matt, what's the story? It's an iconic moment, for the Undertaker. Obviously, we knew Hall of Famers coming. The pandemic pretty much, kind of put things off track. But look, the match with AJ, that was pretty impressive. I think the way they done all that was good, I think the way he bowled out was half decent. But look, Hall of Fame, that's going to be a proper thank you Taker moment, in my opinion, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like because when we saw him like getting introduced to the Hall of Fame, we thought, now it's about time. But it was like, yeah, he should be there. Matter of fact, he should have been there like 5 years ago, but they kept teasing it so long. I feel like I agree with Jerry. It was like, this will be the proper send off. I have a grudge against him, like saying he's for well in the shouty Thunderdome as well. So I feel like this will be the moment that we get to see not just the Undertaker, but also Mark Calloway as well, and like showing about exactly his thoughts about the wrestling, how far he came. Like even as non-wrestling fans, they will all know who the Undertaker is.
Yeah.
You don't have to like explain who he is. Like, oh, he's a professional wrestler. Everyone knows who he is, knows how much of an impact he made. And fair folks AEW, if they are not going to show Rampage, it's going to be like, just go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. So, because even like I said, non-wrestling fans, everyone knows who the Undertaker is. He made a freaking career, and he'll always be part of that. No, nothing's going to take away from that from him. In fact, when you mentioned about when you actually got scared by the Undertaker, my fun moment was, okay, I grew up with the American Badass Taker, but I remember my brother showed me the Undertaker when he was in the dark side, and I was fucking scared of Paul Bear, lads. I remember I was like a kid, and one of my friends did a good impersonation of Paul Bear that would scare me. We saw WrestleMania 20 at his gaff, and when the lights go off on Kane, and all you hear is, "Oh yes!" I literally thought it was my friend saying, "Would you fucking cop on?" And he turned around to me and said, "That wasn't me." And then we saw Paul Bear coming on the ramp, and I just started shouting my pants. But then again, I was a child, but I still will shout my pants up to this day. But glad, words can't describe how much we're all happy to see Taker. Buzzing for SmackDown, buzzing for this, buzzing for the career. He's happy, and we're all delighted for him. So Taker.
Just one last thing as well. That fact that WWE, when they get it right, they get it right. That clip was incredible.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Agreed.
Yeah, myself, Jerry, and Nick, when we were watching the Elimination Chamber and that promo came on, we literally had our eyes glued onto the screen. I remember that. It was like, that was just amazing editing, amazing everything. So showing his career. So fair effects to WWE. So
definitely, and we've seen the little appearance here with Bad Bunny, guys. He brought the bike out and stuff.
Yeah.
Epic. He seems to be. I think it's his daughter. Like, you know, he's got I think his daughter might be only 9, 10, 11, but like, she really brings the best out of him. I think his wife, you know what I mean? I think he's in a really, really good place, like a really good place.
Absolutely.
You know?
He's living a life now that he couldn't live when he was the Undertaker. He couldn't be in the public eye. You know, besides that moment during his badass run, like where he was appearing on chat shows, like, you know, most of the time he was protected. Now he can actually go out and do stuff like that he'd probably been dying to do for years, like. And coming out in that chopper, like for Bad Bunny's concert, was crazy, like. But at WrestleMania, obviously they have the Hall of Fame, you know, they show off the Hall of Fame class at WrestleMania every year. If it's only him, does he come out on the bike and do a lap of the ring?
Yeah.
Or does he come out as the dead man one last
Do it
time?
2 nights.
Do what would he do?
I might feel I think both. Yeah. Both. We want one of each.
Yeah, they'll have to do both nights for the fans, I suppose, you know what I mean? But I suppose 95% of the fans will be attending both nights, you know, so I think that'd be brilliant. American Badass on the bike, you know what I mean? Or even dressed as the Undertaker on the bike, you know what I mean? Just wants the leather jacket, on the back wheel.
The jacket and caught in the back from the window.
That's what I was thinking. He has a long jacket. I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, no, it's look, it's great news, and I'm looking forward to it, lads. It's going to be an incredible time, and it's only around the corner, so you know we'll be watching it, no doubt. And for all the fans that do want to join us, obviously we will be at the Macau Casino that night. WrestleMania day 1, day 2. No, you know, I'd say a lot of us will be at day 1. I'd say day 2 might be questionable given the fact it's a Sunday night. But look, more details to come, guys. It's for the live screenings in Cork City via the Macau Casino Cork. Now, lads, obviously Elimination Chamber was interesting. It was a great night. Now, the ending to me was a bit strange. Lesnar just clearing house. A lot of people kind of loving Austin Theory, you know what I mean? The whole selfie thing with the lads in the chamber itself. Joe, what was your take on Elimination Chamber? Would you give it a rating, or were you kind of disappointed in how it went?
I didn't like the men's match at all. You know, probably the injury to Bobby Lashley legitimately busted up a shoulder in that match with Lesnar at Royal Rumble. I'm not surprised why all the German suplexes he kept landing on his fucking shoulder, like any reason why he got injured. And Lesnar went off script, kicking out of the pod. He wasn't supposed to come out when he came out. So, you know, but the way he squashed AJ and Seth, like, you know, like it was nothing, like that really pissed me off. I'm not pissed off that Lesnar's a champion. I think him and Roman will have a great match, and it'll give Becky and Bianca, or either Charlotte and Ronda, that chance to headline the first night, which they deserve, either one of them. But you know, it was a match, it was all over the place. It didn't seem to have any structure. Probably having Bobby in there and not even being able to compete probably fucked things up for them. But you know, they could have just said he was injured and put somebody else in the match instead, like if he was like legitimately injured. They took the belt off Finn Balor like all those years ago, like, you know, he was legitimately injured and took it off him the next night. So no reason why they couldn't have done that to Bobby and, you know, give him a chance to come back now, maybe around SummerSlam, to face Lesnar in a proper match again. He won his title back, hopefully.
No, I agree.
The rest of the card was good. Like Becky, I watched back. I didn't watch it live, obviously. I watched it the next day. I watched Becky and Lita. I was delighted for Lita. Lita looked awesome. Like she you know, hopefully she'll get a WrestleMania match out of it again. Maybe she'll have one last match and retire at WrestleMania this year. It'd be nice for her.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, it wasn't pushed about Alexa Bliss being that fucking character. So from that.
Lizzie, I'm glad Georgia said it there, but obviously the way Brock fucked up Seth Rollins quite fast. So like Rollins is on a big little momentum at the moment. And like he was one of the first to be eliminated. It was quite unusual just to see.
Was the first,
wasn't it? Doesn't look good, like.
It wasn't. To be honest with you, I don't think it benefited anybody. Do you know? I mean, I really like eliminated him first. I mean, my own opinion of the whole thing, I felt it was filler. I just felt it was a filler show. I mean, there were some nice spots of it, not a patch on Crown Jewel, you know, it never was going to be because that was a super strong card. But yeah, I just felt like it was filler and wasn't a fan of the men's match either. I thought we could have done more with it. You know, granted, look, Bobby's shoot injured, you know, but yeah, I'm presuming there's other plans for Seth. I'm sure there is. Insert Cody here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be that. But yeah, I don't think it made anybody look any better or any stronger. We had a huge opportunity to have a nice face-off between Riddle and Lesnar. We never got it. You know what I mean? I really wanted him to be the one who kicked out of the F5 as the third person when he was clearing house and give them a little bit longer to go. You know, I thought that would have been really, really cool. So I feel we missed an opportunity there because we want to see two pure MMA heads go at it, you know, like properly. And I think it would have shown another layer of depth to Riddle's character too. So I think I can understand kind of like why Seth Rollins was a big deal in this match. I presume there's something else coming for him, but I don't think it gave anyone else a rub, including Austin Theory.
Yeah. Great take. Phil, what's your take? Obviously, look, it was, you know what I mean? A lot of people were kind of talking about the ending. Obviously, you know, they could have done a bit better with Bobby. Maybe just, you know, Bobby could have let the belt go and someone else could have taken his.
Yeah, I don't know. The weird one. Like, yeah, I thought it was a mess of a match, but I was entertained by it, oddly.
Yeah.
I actually was laughing when Austin Theory ran around the ring and Lesnar trying to catch him. And then I think they did that big spot because the match was so crap that they had to end it on a high note.
See how fast Lesnar climbed up the Elimination Chamber though? See how fast he leaped up? Fucking, it was like
yeah. King Kong.
The monkey.
Mental, like. Do you know what I mean? Mental. But like
I do just going away from the main event, I feel very, very sorry for the Usos and War Raiders.
Yeah.
Because they won't fight at WrestleMania. I just know it. Like, they're not going to fight at WrestleMania.
Do you reckon that was a last minute change? That was like, go.
Yeah, I think they're running. I think they were given a 3-hour window, and that was it.
Yeah. No. Love it. Matt, what did you think of it, my man?
Yeah, before we move on, literally, when we finished about the Undertaker, a bike just drove by my gaff and the light flickered, and I literally thought, take her. But anyway, my thoughts on Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I was entertained with the men's chamber before Lesnar came in. When he just like dig through Seth Rollins, when he dig through AJ and then Riddle, I think we all maybe was like, yeah, this is going to be Lesnar. Lesnar's going to win this one. I actually hold on random hope that Roman was going to come out somehow and Riddle or Seth was actually going to have a curl up against Lesnar and they win in a comical way, if that made sense. But no, it was just pure Lesnar and he was eating through everyone. I can understand why this wasn't everyone's cup of tea, because I feel like they're on the road to WrestleMania. They want to get all this done and dusted before the actual big event. I enjoyed the women's chamber. I was holding on for Liv Morgan to win this one. I was hoping that she would get her WrestleMania moment. But Bianca Belair, she's going to get another run, I say. But all in all, I thought this pay-per-view was just decent. It was just decent. I said this to yourself and Nick, Jerry, at the Macau. I kind of didn't know how had mixed feelings about Lesnar winning, but it should be a good match with Lesnar versus Roman. That'll give away more matches and more time to see them. I feel like this will be the pay-per-view of WrestleMania. So.
Yeah. And Mick quite happy with the Charlotte Flair match as well.
Yeah.
He made it quite clear to me though, because I remember like, obviously Charlotte was wrestling. I was like, Mick, you know, Charlotte's on the screen. Like, he's like, he only likes the way she wrestles. He made it quite clear. So I don't know. I think he's just playing hard to get. But
They actually announced today regarding Roman and Brock. They actually announced it on Twitter today, WWE, that it actually is winner take all. So it is title for title. Like they hadn't announced that until today. So
that's good.
That's interesting. Like they're both on so much heat at the moment. You know, they're all like, it's going to be interesting how that match is going to win.
Roman.
Yeah, I'm pulling for
You know,
Roman.
I'm not sure now because did you watch
Yeah.
the Brock and Pat McAfee show that they did?
Yeah.
He seems
He's going
a lot
nowhere.
happier. It seems like he wants to stay a bit longer. Like so, he may
Oh
stay
yeah, I know.
afterwards,
Yeah,
you
but
know?
like I don't think Roman's losing at all.
I don't know.
Does something happen at Mania to take Brock out of Roman's picture?
I'm holding on for hope for Roman Reigns that it's gonna be Lesnar taking most of the match, but Roman powers through and takes out Lesnar, and he continues his title reign with both titles. But that's just me.
Who
Roman Reigns.
who stopped Roman Reigns? If
The Rock.
he's got 2 titles.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Is he going to hold 2 titles for a whole year?
Oh,
He'll show up in
he
Raw and
will lose
SmackDown
one.
every
He will
week.
lose one to the Money in the Bank guy, and then he lose to the Rock the next time.
Lads, it's obviously going to be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
He's
that's
gonna-
right. That's what I was going to say.
He'll beat over to AEW. in
Did
post-
Roman do the rock bottom? Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
and his tattoo is matching.
It's going to happen. Look, we're all talking about it for so
The
long.
Rock needs to show up at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think he will. Look. I think he
Yeah,
will.
face
And
off.
do it. Oh my God! And do the year build a la Cena.
Mhm.
yeah.
Stop. You know, the stuff of dreams. Speaking of WrestleMania, guys, look, I have to mention it. Look, it was kind of briefly touched on last episode, but Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The rumor is the contract's signed. The rumor is he's going to
And, it's
wrestle.
not, and also it's not one match; it's a few matches.
Yeah, I'm actually not happy about this, guys. To be honest, I'm really
Yeah,
not.
I'm the same.
You know, I think like he's one of the greatest of all time. You know, character wise, definitely. Like, and I think it won't do him no harm. Obviously, the fans will be happy, but like, obviously, he's going to be very cautious if he is in the match.
Poor Kevin Owens is trying so hard on social media to start something that's not going to start.
Yeah.
You think that's bad? I read a rumor today that Vince McMahon's training to get back in the ring for WrestleMania.
Don't now, because I'm going to fucking faint.
I swear. Somebody, I think it was Brad
I
Shepard.
feel fucking well.
I think it was Brad Shepard had it up. He said there's talk that he's trying to get the in-ring ship. It's not set in stone yet, but he may end up in a spot or something. Doing
Is
something.
it Kevin Owens and Vince versus Austin and someone else?
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Vince versus Austin Theory. That's your match at WrestleMania. Vince versus Austin. Austin versus McMahon.
Oh, look,
Oh my God.
Vince is 72 now. Is he 73?
Yeah.
I can just imagine now if he actually has come back to the ring, they're gonna bring back the old workout tapes of like Shane and Vince McMahon working out for the Royal Rumble.
Jason the chicken.
I hate Austin.
But instead of Shane, it's gonna be Austin Theory. I want
Oh
that to
my
happen.
God.
I want that to happen. We all want that to happen.
To be fair though, Vince watched the specimen.
WrestleMania, like they're bringing back so many legends.
Should have might as well bring Bret Hart in as a referee.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean, madness. Interesting. Good times ahead, no doubt. Yet again, guys, look, there's a lot of stuff happening. Now, we have to talk All Elite Wrestling. Now, I know there's a little surprise on Raw tonight, guys. We will mention that at the end. We get a little take, but All Elite Wrestling, there's talks another big star coming.
Yeah, this needs to stop. Seriously.
But, like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Another big star, apparently contracts, meetings.
The thing is, like, you're popping a rating and then you're doing nothing with them, and it's just like,
yeah, it's interesting. But like, they're obviously doing well, guys. Look, we're seeing a lot of great stuff at the moment. MJF, incredible, you know. Cody's gone. Obviously, you know, I don't know, is it a work? People say it's not a work. He's legit gone and he's coming back to, WWE. But like, Joe, what's your take on All Elite Wrestling at the moment? They're obviously up and down, and look, they're doing a lot of stuff, and it doesn't seem to be settled, really, does it? The storylines are kind of out the window a small bit.
they have no audio, do they?
There's no audio, lads.
Technical difficulties, I'd say. Can't hear you, lads.
Just nod your head and agree with them. Yeah. Good one.
They'll be back in a sec. Don't worry, they'll be back in a sec. Phil, what's your take? Again?
I suppose the good thing is we're going to have that chain match, the dog collar. I really looking forward to that. Yeah. MJF really sold it last week. I was on about the other day. I loved how he didn't even speak a word. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
But no, it's just they're bringing in so many stars that it's very hard to focus on anyone.
Yeah. No, it is.
That's my major problem, because I really want them to succeed and I want them to do well. I just can't. Anytime I tune in, there's someone new there.
Yeah. And like, if there is someone new coming, who do you reckon it's going to be like?
I don't know, because the lads are starting a new wrestling company, so there's a lot of people going to be going there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll see if
I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I know that Buddy Murphy is a guarantee.
Yeah, no, he'll be good if he does go there. Is John Elizabeth back? Do we have audio?
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Joe, back to you. What's the story? What you reckon of All Elite at the moment? It's obviously up and down, isn't it?
It is up and down. The ratings go up and down all the time, like, but the announcement that Tony Khan's making isn't going to be a new star. It's going to be a deal. They said it's something massive. They didn't say anything about being a star, so I think it's going to be a deal with New Japan. The stuff that happened on No Surrender with the Bullet Club turning on the Girls of Destiny and Gals and Anderson rejoining Bullet Club is something bigger that's leading into AEW and the Bullet Club and New Japan having some sort of deal in place. I think that's what it's going to end up being. So it mightn't be a big new star, but the forbidden door opening up for New Japan and AEW have some, because the borders of Japan reopened this week as well. So that's all happening as well, so they can actually travel back and forth to Japan and have a big show there.
Interesting.
I think it's going to be a third show on a streaming platform.
Yeah.
They don't need another show.
Yeah, and like
they need a net, like I said last week, they need Netflix for wrestling.
They do. WrestleFlix.
Yeah, that'd be so corny and catchy.
Jimmy pitched this.
What's your take on All Elite? They obviously look, it's up and down, it's hot and cold. But look, it's decent, isn't it? It's not the worst.
Sounds gone again.
Go on again, guys.
It's back again.
Oh, sorry. Hi.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm not balding, guys.
Yeah, since the storm, everything's so fucked up. But anyway, it's fine. But yeah, do you know what? Look, come here. Super entertained by it. Thoroughly enjoy it. Excited about it. But as Phil said, I want to continue enjoying it. I want there to be longevity. I want to be invested in it. I don't want flash in the pans. It's going to take them a while to build everything up. But I do enjoy it. You know what I mean? I know people are like, this person's green, that person's green. I love to see them develop. I love to see how they are and then how they go over, like, you know, a couple, like, 2-3 years now. Do you know what I mean? Look at Britt Baker, look how far she's coming. She was green when she first came in. Jade Cargill is just going from strength to strength, you know. No, obviously I'm talking about the women, but
she's incredible though. She's gonna be huge.
So many of the others. Absolutely. As I said, like, I was watching something the other day. If you flicked your channels and you saw Jade Cargill, you'd stop for a couple of seconds and you'd look to see who she was. She's just got that star quality, you know. So, but yeah, we've enough surprises for another bit talent-wise. So yeah, just maybe something like Jar was saying, more forbidden door, open that little bit wider.
Love it. Matt, All Elite, you're always liking it. Matt's always suggesting we have All Elite pay-per-views in the city centre, but obviously, look, it's a great organisation. It's hot and cold, in my opinion. It was really hot for a while, but all this big star name stuff, you know, the Big Show, Mark Henry, and I know they use for different kind of things. And obviously, Keatley's there, and there's talks of Buddy Murphy coming in, and you know, maybe Bray Wyatt. But like, do you think they have to? Is that a childish way of approaching things, in your opinion, Matt, or should they just say nothing and let it happen?
I think they should just say nothing and let it happen, because I think everyone knows who All Elite Wrestling is. Even there's actually still lads actually tuning in to see what the big deal is about. And like what Les says, they're bringing in stars from New Japan and from other companies that's already had big enough careers. And if they look them up, they'll think, well, this person's a big deal. What they're going to bring into this company. So I think AEW needs to like stop saying, oh, we signed someone new. That's like every new week, few weeks. And when we see whoever they bring in, surprising how the May is, we're just like, we kind of already know this person signed up because then one of our predictions, but saying nothing, huge pop. But I think they should stop relying on like surprise facts and just focus on what they have now.
Yeah,
like what Joe said, the forbidden door wide open and who they have now with the matches. So I think just hold off with the surprising signings. Just be All Elite Wrestling. Focus on what you have at the moment, and you're going to get more people tuned in. And yes, we need to have AEW pay-per-views in the Macau, Jerry. Just pitching that idea.
I'd love if Tony Khan's announcement was their own network.
Yeah. Are they big enough for the network, guys?
They have a lot of rampages and pay-per-views now, yeah.
Now, Tony Khan is going to come out and be like, here's our new signing, the entire team of WrestleSlam. So be prepared, lads.
Well, lads, we have about 3-4 minutes left, and I'm going to quickly go into Scrapamania. Jordan Devlin will be at Scrapamania, which is a big announcement. We know Rob Van Dam. We all had a little predictions. So Rob Van Dam will face Scotty Davis, which will be a great match. The card looks incredible. It really does look incredible. You know, it's going to be a really great night at the National Stadium, March 12th. You know, Dublin is in for an incredible night. But Rob Van Dam versus Scotty Davis, Sammy D versus Scotty Too Hottie, Debbie Cartel versus Emerson Jane. I reckon Debbie's going to win the belt that night, guys, to be honest. I think it's Debbie's time. I really think she's going to win that belt. Definitely, yeah. She's really kind of worked hard. You know, she's working hard for years, but definitely the last couple of months as well. But it's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one. And there's a lot of fans. Is it, Jar? Is it sold out? I think it's almost sold out, is it?
All the floors are gone.
Yeah, no, happy days. Right, guys, don't forget Manscaped. Get on over. WrestleSlam is the promo code. 20% off. Yes, 20% off using the promo code WrestleSlam. Check us out on Twitter, Slam Wrestling, aka WrestleSlam. We're on Twitter, and Jared does amazing work as always on Twitter, so do check it out. We're on Instagram, WrestleSlam Podcast, and we're also on Facebook as well. And don't forget, guys, if you want to get all the updates, you know, with anything happening via WrestleSlam, check out Twitter. Twitter's our platform. That's where it's all happening. And, you know, there's posts there every single day. From myself, Jerry, from Phil, from Matt, from Booker G and Queen Lizzie. It's an honor as always, guys. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Numbers are up on all the shows, which is great. So I think we've surpassed 2,000 views on our latest show, which is incredible. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll catch you all as well. This week, we always have the midweek shows, and of course, every Monday and Tuesday.
Make sure you comment and subscribe.
Comment there. So I'm trying to read what Jora's saying. Unfortunately, Jora has a little technical issue, but I think.
How dare you?
I love it. Right, guys. God bless. Be safe, and we'll catch you soon.